Welcome to Ag Shorts. I'm Kalen. He's Brandon. Today, we're at the end of January, leading into February. And in Montana, this tends to be one of the colder spells of the year. So, how do you prep vehicles and equipment for this miserable, miserable weather that we tend to get every year?
One of the things that we do that I don't think about quite so much all the time, but it's kind of more in the fall time, is what kind of condition are my tires in?
Mm,
That's something that's overlooked, and there
that's
is
a good one.
nothing more miserable than having a flat tire on a feed pickup with a set of chains on it. That that sucks. It's bad. So that's one of the things that's kind of overlooked. But it's like everything else, fresh oil change. Um, so you don't have to do that hopefully through the winter. Your fuel is good.
No water
No
in it.
water in it.
No.
You've got some water draws on some of the diesel engines, particularly the one we have, that 7.3 liter has got a deal where you can drain water right off by the filter. And it has a sensor that tells you when there's water on board, but still, make sure that that's not an issue or going to be an issue. Just a little preventative by turning the lever, letting it drain, and closing it. Batteries are a big deal. What kind of shape is that battery in? How
I
old
was
is
supposed
that
to say how
battery?
old.
Yeah, and actually you can go ahead and pull the terminals on a battery and shine those terminals up because they do get a little bit of oxidation on them. Make sure they're tight and alternators are putting out. I mean, it's something you're kind of got in the in your head all the time anyway, but you're just making that last minute check. Coolant level is another big one. You want to make sure that your radiator's not leaking, or you've got uh, a bottle there that's got plenty on it, and you got the best protection you can get. We like to see it down there around 40 below if we can. Make sure your tank heater is working, or engine block heater. A lot of times we use
Oil pan
oil pan
heaters.
heaters, especially on these on a diesel. Um, get that oil warm so that it circulates and is able to lubricate properly. And then we've also got some tiny little trickle chargers for the batteries that we have attached to them permanently that we can plug in. And we've got them kind of split off so that you can plug in either your head bolt heater, block heater, tank heater, whichever application you have, and then your battery trickle charger as well, and then your oil pan heater if you've got that kind. So we've got a couple of vehicles that are they don't have anything on them, and they start amazingly well. But they also use oil. It's a 0W20, so it
Mm.
is very very light oil, and they they have been surprisingly easy to start when nothing else would. That one Toyota 4Runner, it would fire up. It didn't want to. It complained, but it stayed running. So, those are some of the big things.
And then for commuters, instead of the equipment that we
Oh
use on
yeah,
the ranch, a lot of the times we'll have survival things in there
right.
too. So for us, kitty litter is a good one for trying to get traction for your tires if you're stuck somewhere. Jumping cables, maybe a little bit of a survival kit for yourself. Some water, blankets, maybe some snacks or something. And then what else do we throw in there?
Well, we got to always have a coffee can with
Coffee can. Yep.
you got some hand warmers, a chemical type. You've also got candles. A little bit of I think your brother's got he loves flares, and so
He likes
you've got
fire.
those in there. Jumper cables for cold weather that are really able to be used when it's super cold, and they're not going to break on you. Snow shovel, always
Snow
have that
shovel.
so that you can get out if you need to. You can melt water in that coffee can with some candles, and actually stick that candle in that coffee can, and you'd be surprised how much heat that will generate if you're stuck somewhere. So sometimes, like this last Arctic blast we had near the end of this month, is it's tough, and you think about those things. You make sure you got a couple extra dry pair of gloves in your vehicle, maybe another set of boots in there that are warmer, and you may be hunkered down for a while, because the worst thing you can do if you run off a road somewhere and you're not able to be seen, because we do have some high banks, or some snow or storms, don't leave your vehicle. It is so tempting to do that, but don't leave your vehicle. They've found people months later or even weeks later, and they're gone. They should have stayed with the vehicle.
Prep your vehicle and prep for you.